My name is Reverend Majed El Shafie. I'm founder and president of One Free World International for Human Rights, that's based here in Toronto. My story, I'm Egyptian. I was born in Egypt in 1977, which means that I'm still young and handsome. Thank you very much. I was born from a wonderful Muslim family back home in Egypt. Most of my family worked in the legal career. What I mean by worked in the legal career, my uncle was judge in the Egyptian Supreme Court, my father was a lawyer, even my brother was a lawyer. So I went to the law school to become a lawyer like the rest of my family back home in Egypt. In the age of 18, in the first year in the law school, I discovered the persecution that happened to the Christians minorities in Egypt. And through my research, I came to the Lord and I converted to Christianity in the age of 18. And I started to build a human rights organization back home in Egypt. And I wrote a book about the difference between Islam and Christianity. A book that was not made to insult anybody, but just my freedom of speech, using my freedom of speech and my opinion. I was arrested in the age of 20. I was tortured severely back home in Egypt. Until now, I still have my scars on my body. Until now, I still have my nightmares in the night. I escaped from Egypt, from the death penalty in Egypt, just because I converted from Islam to Christianity, to Israel, and through the intervention of Amnesty International and United Nations, I came here to Canada 7 years ago. I became a Canadian citizen just 3 years ago. Funny story. The Canadian judge, when I took my Canadian citizenship, he told me, son, what the first thing you want to do as a Canadian? So I told him, Your Honor, I want to drink beer, watch hockey, and complain about the weather. He looked at me and he told me, son, you're a true Canadian. Thank you. So anyway, I started One Free World International to defend the persecution that's happening to the Christians and the minorities around the world. A lot of people don't know that, but one persecuted Christian every 3 minutes worldwide today. Between 200 to 300 million persecuted Christians around the world. The most persecuted group today is the Christians. And over 165,000 Christians was killed for their faith just last year. Most of the Christians that have been persecuted, 80% of them is in the Muslim countries, such as, the Arab countries in the Middle East, 22 Arab countries in the Middle East, Egypt, Sudan, Saudi Arabia, and more like Iran and Pakistan out of the Arab world. So 80% from the persecuted Christians is born in the Muslim countries, which would make you wonder why. Why there will be a persecution. Like if we discuss a country like Pakistan, for example. In Pakistan, they use the Christians as slaves. They put them in slave camps. And not only the Christians, but also the Ahmadis. Like we will not forget the other minorities around the world. We don't just talk about the Christians. No, but also the Ahmadis is being persecuted. The Hindu is being persecuted in Pakistan. In Egypt, the persecution that's happening to the Coptic Church, which is the Orthodox Coptic Church, they just was attacked just last Christmas. 6 people was killed as they are leaving the Christmas ceremony from the church in Naga Hamadi. And not only the Christians in Egypt, and also the Baha'is, the Baha'i community, the Muslims Baha'is. But all of this persecution happening to the to the minorities and the Muslim, all of this persecution that's happening to the minorities in the Muslim countries, make me wonder why. Why we cannot just live in peace? Why we cannot just live in harmony? For the people who are blaming Israel for what's happening to the Palestinians, I want them to take a look at Hamas or Fatah or the Palestinian Authority, or how they treat the minorities in Gaza, how they treat the minorities in the West Bank. I want them to understand that here we are in the year 2010. Bethlehem used to be over 90% Christians. Now Bethlehem only 2% Christians, 2 to 3% Christians. I need to know why. I need to understand why. Why the Christians in Bethlehem is almost gone. I need to understand why. This is a question that everybody needs to answer. And don't misunderstand me. We love everybody. we understand that there is Muslim people, that they are very peaceful. Of course we understand this and we love them. We're talking against the extremists. We're talking against the people that they don't know how to live in harmony or in peace. For the Muslim students that they are watching this, you need to know that we love you. We need to understand that we're not coming here to insult you or to hurt you. We are people that we was hurt. We are people that we was persecuted. And we didn't have our rights back home. I didn't have my rights as Christian in Egypt. I met a lot of Christians in Pakistan that they are slaves in Pakistan. They cannot even build churches. But you came here to Canada. You saw the freedom. You saw the peace. You saw that we live in harmony. You know that Canada is for all, and all is for Canada. You understand that this group of people that's sitting in front of you, they are not your enemy. Do you know who really is your enemy? Your enemy is the extremist that try to destroy your reputation, try to show the world your religion or your belief in a negative way. So we are asking from you to cooperate with us, to put your hands in our hand, to stand, excuse me, to stand against the extremists, to stand against the people who want to kill the innocent people, to stand against the people who don't want to think, in a positive way. We are not your enemy. The extremist is your enemy. For the students who is listening to me right now, I just want to tell you, you are the future of this land. You are the next generation. A man like me, I'm an old guy, and I'm sure most of the speakers in this conference that you are looking at them right now, they are also old. But you are the future of this land, and you are the future of this country. Don't give up. Don't make the media or the propaganda around you make you confused, or no, you research yourself for the truth. And if you seek really the truth, you shall find it. Remember that even if you are in the midst of the storm, but the storm is not in you, don't let the propaganda of the media, don't let the people who just want to force their opinions, disturb you or confuse you. You are stronger than that. You are stronger than that. And even if you ever believed in something that you wonder about it or you are not sure about it, ask around. Go ask around. Ask the people around you. Go visit the areas go visit Israel, for example, if you are wondering about Israel. Go see the evidence by yourself. Don't just believe people coming tell you something. Go see the evidence, discover the truth, and discover the hero in you to change the world. Always remember, no matter how much persecution that we'll face in our lives, no matter how much difficulties, no matter how much storms that we'll face in our lives, always remember, they persecute Christians, they persecute Jews, they persecute minorities, whoever they are. They will always prevail. After every night, there is new morning carrying new day. After every storm, there is sunshine. And after every persecution, there is victory in Jesus' name. Always remember that you never remain silent. Our world today is an unfair place, is an unsafe place. Not because the people who's doing evil, but the people who remain silent. They watch these mistakes and they remain silent. They didn't do something to change it. Never say, I'm just too little. Never say, I'm not enough. No, you are more than enough. Discover the champion and the hero inside your heart, and you will change the world. I promise you. Thank you, and God bless you.